Hey everyone, Informed Fitness here again, and in this video I'm going to tell you why even if your main goal is weight loss, you need to be weight training. Trust me on this one. Okay, so your goal is to lose weight. And you're probably, if you're any kind of a beginner, you're probably thinking just, cardio as far as your training is concerned. Just maybe running on the treadmill or what have you. And that, sure, that helps. It burns calories. Okay, that's great. But weight training is so important for burning fat, for weight loss. I can't stress that enough. And that's another one of the many things that when I started out that I made the mistake of not doing. And how I found out about how important weight training was at one point I kind of was plateauing. I mean, I plateaued plenty of times, or in other words, my weight loss stalled. And, at any point when that happened, then I usually would go back to typically YouTube or other internet sources and start to see, well, what else can I do? Because maybe I was already training pretty hard as far as my cardio and my diet was in check, and I was getting plenty of sleep, doing lots of different things right. And I'm like, man, what else can I do? I want to lose more weight. So maybe you're in this situation. So if you are, or even if you're not, you're just starting out, whatever. Again, I can't stress enough how important this is, weight training, okay? Doing basic compound lifts. Compound lifts are, well, I'm sure I have other videos on compound lifts, so please check that out if you don't know what that is. But that's what you need to be doing is your basic compound lifts, like your bench presses, squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, barbell rows, pull-ups, things like that. But anyway, the importance of weight training, how it really helps, because if you're trying to burn fat, and especially if you're a woman, you're probably thinking you don't want to do weight training because you don't want to put on muscle. And first of all, that's the thing that blows my mind is any woman or even some guys who don't necessarily want to put on, bulk up and put on muscle. It blows my mind when they think that a little bit of weight training, all of a sudden they're going to blow up. Anybody who does know, you're probably laughing with me right now, like, geez, if it was only that easy, right? Obviously, men are more susceptible to building muscle than women. And if you're a natural and you train very hard and you eat right, even as a beginner, in a couple of months, you might only put on, 5 to 10 pounds of muscle or something like that, which is a good amount, but it's, and then any kind of seasoned trainer, I mean, you might put on 1 pound to 2 pounds of muscle a month, which is not really a lot. So in other words, it takes a lot of work to put on some muscle. It's not like if you go and put in a couple of weight training sessions, all of a sudden you're going to come out looking like Hulk Hogan. So go ahead and try some weight training and see what differences it makes for you, because I'm telling you it's going to skyrocket your fat loss. It helped me as soon as when my fat loss started slowing down and I started incorporating an actual weight training program. I mean, my fat loss immediately just completely jump started again. I mean, I got to a point where I was losing, it got slower and slower and slower, and I was killing myself to lose a half a pound of weight a week. And then as soon as I incorporated weight training into my workouts a couple days a week, all of a sudden I went back again to where I was losing 2 pounds, maybe even more every week again. Now, I was pretty heavy still at that point. So depending on where you're at, you may not see those results specifically, a few pounds every week again. But I was pretty heavy at that point. I went right back. It was literally that week, my metabolism just spiked, and I was back to losing a couple pounds a week for a very long time. So what weight training does is the two main things that it does for you as far as your fat loss is concerned is one is it has that afterburn effect, if you may have heard about it. So when you go and you weight train for an hour, you may not burn quite as many calories in that hour as you would if you did a pretty intense session of cardio for that hour, but your body will your metabolism will be spiked for a very long time after that weight training session, up to even possibly 2 days. You could have a heightened metabolism. So you'll be burning a lot more calories for those next few days. So that's why if you weight train, even 2 days a week, it can really help you out. And then the next big benefit is it really spikes your the hormones that you want to have spiked if you're trying to lose weight, which is really your testosterone, and it'll spike HGH as well. With higher testosterone levels and HGH levels, your body just becomes more susceptible to not only building muscle but burning fat a lot more. So that's really why you want to hit it. And again, ladies, you're thinking like testosterone, that's a guy thing, and like you're not gonna, if you go in the gym and start doing some squats and maybe some bench presses or something, like you're not gonna in like 3 days start like growing a beard or something. Okay, like just give it a shot, try it. And I'm telling you, you're gonna see results. So I guess that about covers it. But I just hope that this hopefully sinks in with people. Because this is another thing, one of the many things that, like, when I first maybe heard about it, I was like, nah, like, I just want to lose weight. What do I need to worry about training with weights for? I'll worry about building muscle later. Weights is just for building muscle. And, I just want to keep losing weight because I was so heavy. I'm like, I don't need to train weights. And that couldn't have been further from the truth of what I needed to be doing. So at any point, whatever point you're at in your weight loss journey, just beginning, been at it for a while, whatever, if you're not weight training, please start it immediately. Like I'm telling you, it's going to blow you away if you start to do weight training correctly. Don't just go in and do like some bicep curls and crunches and stuff. Go in and do some bench presses, some squats, some shoulder presses, things like that. And it's just going to blow you away within the first couple of weeks. It's going to make dieting easier. It's going to make it all easier. All of a sudden, you're going to be losing either more weight or like the same amount of weight with less effort. It's just going to make things a whole lot easier for you. So please give it a shot. Give weight training a try. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for stopping by Informed Fitness.